Morning, folks. We're back here at the tiny cabin build, and today's objective is to get all the insulation done in this thing and to get it cleaned up and start sawing up shiplap. And for shiplap, we're going to be using 1/2 inch sanded plywood. It's sanded and appearance grade on one side. And shiplap's very expensive if you buy the actual shiplap, but little did you know, you can take some 1/2 inch plywood, or some people use 3/4 inch. I wouldn't go no smaller than 1/2 inch, and saw it up into like 7 7/8 inch or 7 3/4 inch, whichever pieces, and you can make homemade shiplap. You just have to put a little gap between them, and we're going to get on that this morning. First off, what we're going to do is come in here and put some, we're going to cut some foam board to go in between the rafters on the ceiling. And once we get them up in there and tacked in, I'm going to take spray foam and spray foam around the bottom edges, and that way we just try to keep all the air out, because this is just like a shed, so we want to make it as airtight as possible. And I'm sure they weren't thinking about airtightness when they built this thing on the assembly line. But we got to put insulation in the walls. He got a good deal on some 16 inch wide insulation for 16 inch framed walls. And so we'll have to split pieces in half to go in there, because this walls are 24 inch framed. But we'll take care of all that. You guys stay tuned and let's get with it. Guys, I just wolfed down a sandwich for lunch there, and I got most of this insulation done. And you can see it turned out pretty good. We're foaming around the edges to keep wind draft out. Now I'm going to try to put some fiberglass insulation up in these gables on both ends. Then we got to put the insulation in the walls. But it ain't going to get done itself, so let's get right to it. Man, what a view. There's a couple things I really hate. One is painting, but I'm pretty good at it, so I do it some. Another is fiberglass insulation. And anybody can do it, so I really don't turn down doing it. But I hate it. But let's get to doing it. since it's a 16-inch centered insulation, I split a piece in half. And that's how we're going to get that. And that's that. We have to do every bit of it like that. Yeah, it's a little more work, but he got this insulation real cheap. And so that's what we're going to roll with. Morning, folks. Back here in Stanton this morning, and we're going to get to cutting up some plywood into shiplap. And you know why we're using plywood for shiplap? Because shiplap is very expensive. And a sheet of plywood compared to shiplap is a whole lot cheaper, and you still get a very nice finish, and it looks really good. And I'll show you guys how we do that once we get it sawed up. But right now, let's just get to sawing. We got 18, well, probably 15 or 16 sheets to saw up, so we got quite a bit of sawing to do. First, I'm going to try a new tool I got by Bora Tools, and we'll see how that works. So guys, you just seen us saw all that wood up. We didn't saw it all. We sawed like 7 sheets of 7 sheets of 4x8 1/2-inch plywood. It's sanded plywood on one side, so it's appearance grade. This stuff's about $46 a sheet right now. And so it comes out to being like 60 cents a foot for this shiplap, 7 3/4-inch wide pieces. We're going to start in this back part here, installing it. And for installing, I'm going to be using this brand new, I just picked up pass load 16 gauge nail gun. I've never had the 16 gauge size. I didn't feel like 18 gauge was really heavy enough. So we're going to put a little bit of liquid nails on the back of them too with a caulk gun. And we'll be just using the old DeWalt cordless saw to saw it with. And we're going to get started. We'll stagger our seams, that way it looks nicer. And we're just going to try to knock out that back wall pretty quick. I'm glad you guys are watching. Stay tuned, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Morning, folks. We're back here at this cabin build in Stanton at the Red River Gorge, and sorry for the poor lighting. It's kind of dim in here this morning because it's a dingy, cloudy day out, but there's people out fishing this morning, reeling in fish. It's a beautiful morning. God's blessed us to be here. So we're going to get back to putting some shiplap or nickel gap on the walls, and we're going to get started over here on this wall this morning that the mini split's hanging on. I figure we just get the ends knocked out first, and these sidewalls should go a lot faster. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Let's get right into this thing this morning, and leave a comment down below what you think of this siding if you don't care. I appreciate every one of my subscribers, by the way. God bless y'all. Let's get with it. Alright guys, as y'all just seen in that time lapse, the mini split, the way we did it was we spaced it out with a piece of 1/2-inch plywood, and I just tucked all that shiplap like a 1/4 inch up under it and all the way around it. So it looks like the shiplap's on the whole wall and we bolted it to it, but we actually put that in first to make it easier on us. And that was kind of tricky, that top piece. But by the time we get done, stupid fly keeps landing on my camera. My goodness, get off there! By the time we get done running the ceiling up, it'll hide where I had to kind of get a little funny to get it up in there. But you have to see the bigger picture. You have to see the end. The end is in sight. Let's get back with it, guys. Hey guys, guess what? The walls are finished. So it's been a long time coming. We spent a few days on these walls to get them done right, but man, they look great, I think. Especially when we get that polyacrylic, water-based polyacrylic on them, they're going to really pop and look nice. And we're getting ready to start on the ceiling. And it's going to be two-tone. The walls are going to be natural wood, clear coat. And the ceiling's going to be a red mahogany stained. And they'll be clear coated as well, and all the trim and accent wood will be stained also. Guys, I appreciate y'all sticking with us, and I'm getting ready to start on this ceiling. I'll put you on time-lapse mode, and leave a comment below and let me know what you think of this color. Thanks, guys. Morning, folks. So the only thing we like to actually finish all this shiplap is 4 boards right down the middle. Hopefully you can see it here. And those have to be ripped down to about 5 7/8 inches, but we ran out of stained lumber. I sawed up 5 boards, and I thought 5 boards would be enough, but we ran a little bit shy, so I got a few more down there. I'll have to stain them, and then we can throw those up. But I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of this build, and part 2 covered all the shiplap. It covered the insulation, which was horrible to do. I hate doing insulation, but we got it done. And part 3, we still got some things coming down the line, guys. We got to build bunk beds. We got to do all the trim. We have to build the window casings. We're going to do some benches and shelves and mini fridge area and microwave, TV stand. It's going to be good. So you guys hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you watching. And stay tuned for part 3. It'll be coming down the line. See you later.